Kia ora koutou. Oh, you learn something new every time you come along to one of these symposiums, eh? I've just learnt a new word for beard, phase bush. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Oh, kia ora. Nā mihi atu kia koutou, ko hauraki toku maunga. Ko waiwhi o toku awa, ko taki timu, toku waka. Ko naitahu toku iwi, ko ngati muki toku hapu. Nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko wai au, ko parihanta hau. Ko hau te kai hautu, whakatere te pūtahitanga o te waipaunamu. My name is Pari Hunt. I'm the Navigator Coordinator for Te Pūtahitanga o te waipaunamu. I'm also a navigator. Navigators are well versed in the kanui approach, so all eyes on me, please. There will be no PowerPoint presentation during the first part of the speech. However, you will be treated to some PowerPoint eye candy by our wonderful navigators once I've finished my address. I'm very honoured to be standing here representing the magnificent, gifted, and sometimes mischievous navigators. I'm sure you were all witness last night to our navigators' Michael Jackson moves and Kahutane's impersonation of Freddie Mercury. I also hear my dear Kipper was also breaking out some moves. I was just pleased she didn't break her hip. It's been a very eventful year in the navigation team. We launched the Navigator platform, Tātai Whetū. Tātai Whetū is a navigator-specific digital platform that provides resources, networks, navigator profiles, calendars of upcoming events, and information pertaining to whānau navigators. Essentially, Tātai Whetū will streamline all communication lines between navigators and the navigation team across Te Waipounamu. It was aptly named due to the fact that whānau navigators align ourselves with the navigators of old. As our tūpuna look to the stars for guidance, whānau navigators look to the platform for guidance from each other. It is simply a tool that will assist in providing navigators with information specific to helping the whānau we work with. The navigation team revamped the outcomes framework in the true spirit of whānau order, ensured a strengths-based approach was maintained at all times. It was tough. We had to use tūpono a couple of times. We hope to go electronic in July. This will streamline our reporting process and provide up-to-the-minute data to better serve our whānau. After all, our whānau are at the top of our priority list. We facilitated path planning training to ensure our navigators were provided with a whānau-friendly approach to take those first steps toward their goals and aspirations. We piloted a digital storytelling course to provide navigators with skills to tell stories through the eyes of whānau and to put a human face to an otherwise uninteresting case study. We facilitated motivational interviewing courses. Motivational interviewing is a psychotherapeutic approach that attempts to move whānau away from the state of indecision or uncertainty and towards finding motivation to making positive decisions and accomplishing established goals. I've tried using this on my wife. She remains unmotivated. Yeah. Our manukura facilitated online hui and quarterly hui, discussing how we could better improve our approach to whānau. There are but a few of the wonderful things that our navigators undertook to better service the needs of whānau. I often find myself in wonderment at the lengths our navigators will go to ensure whānau get the best they can. Words like manaakitanga, whanaungatanga, tōhungatanga, rangateratanga, kaitiakitanga, wairuatanga, and kotahitanga are synonymous with the work our navigators conduct on a daily basis. A wise woman once told me, whānau ora is about two things, whānau and whakapapa. Treat whānau you deal with as you would your own. And boy, do we do it well. So well, in fact, we have government agencies begging us for whānau navigators. I was at a hui a short while ago and was asked by a high-ranking policeman how to go about hiring a whānau navigator. I asked why he thought they needed a navigator. He stated that the New Zealand police are well aware of the impact navigators are having on the community, and to be able to engage a navigator at an early stage of interaction or when whānau come to the attention of police would most certainly keep whānau out of the courts and prisons. It will ensure resources are focused on proper policing. Well, what? Proper policing, eh? Interesting. I asked him, why don't you just change your approach when dealing with whānau? He stated that the bureaucracy, policies, procedures and law are somewhat restrictive when operating in this way. I replied, change them. There was some eye rolling and a smile that indicated to me that he had no intention of trying anything of the sort. I reminded him that a certain Minister of the Crown decided she had had enough of the bureaucracy, policies, procedures and law, and walked across the floor in Parliament, and the rest was history. I stand here before you today as a result or byproduct of someone who was not willing to put up with the archaic bureaucracy, dodgy policy and questionable laws. It was the beginning of a glorious journey which we now know as whānau ora. Making changes are what we as navigators do to support whānau. Navigators are the masters of creative change. We innovate to enable whānau to achieve their goals and aspirations. We laugh, we cry, we eat, we pray, we guide, we encourage, we inspire, we reassure. But most of all, we walk alongside whānau, and we will collectively endure both the good and sometimes the not so good. In any case, we do it together. I'm always asked, what is it that navigators do? Some get it, some don't. I always talk about the approach. It's what defines us. It's what people admire about us. It's our way. It's what enables trust and rapport. I recall sitting at a basketball court on the east side in Christchurch, watching some kids play basketball. An 8-year-old boy approached me and asked me if I was a pig. I assumed he wasn't referring to the pink kind that you get bacon from. I assured him I wasn't. He was unconvinced until I showed him my business card. He asked what a navigator coordinator was. I told him that I look after the navigators that look after whānau. He asked if I was the pres. I informed him that I was the vice pres. He said, I've got a navigator at my school. I asked him who it was and what he thought of this navigator. He told me, and he said, she's cool, man. I asked what made her cool. He said, she talks to me like a normal person. I asked him if his school teachers treat him the same. He replied, nah, they're shit. And he ran back onto the court to resume his Stephen Adams impersonation. This simple yet raw conversation with an 8-year-old left me sitting there pondering how a navigator entered into this young boy's life and why he would be willing to engage with this navigator and not his teachers. Why is it that qualified teachers trained in the behaviour of children were not tapping into this boy's psyche? I came to the realisation that respect was what resonated with this boy. Just being spoken to like a normal person was all he wanted. I also wondered if the teacher saw value in what this navigator was doing with whānau and whether they truly understood the true essence of whānau ora. I am very proud to call myself a whānau ora navigator. I am proud of our navigators. I am proud to be part of a movement that enables positive and generational change. Navigators have a wonderful relationship with each other. When we get together, we're like a whole bunch of naughty cousins. Quite simply, we see ourselves as whānau. We are a brotherhood, we are a sisterhood, but more importantly, we're in your neighbourhood. Yeah. Thought you'd like that. I wish Ra was here. Ooh. Jeez, I would have been knocking these socks off right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite the navigators to the stage to present some of the amazing things that have been occurring in the Navigator Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our navigators. Kia ora. Bring a chair, navigators. We're missing a few. They've had to jump on a plane. Look, they're coming out of the woodwork. Look at that. Like flies to a piece of dead meat. Yeah. I will now leave you with Kahutani. Kia ora. A.k.a. Freddie, eh? Yeah, ki. Ngami nui kia koutou katoa, tēnā koe VP o te Navigation Nation, o Navigator Nation. Kia ora koutou katoa, ko tāne whanga tōku ingoa. We've created a bit of a story for you to watch, a bit of a movie. What we did is last week or the week before, sorry, I'm very tired. Last week or the week before, we went to a digital story telling thing. And so what we did is we were taught how to put digital stories together to create impact for our case studies. Not only for our case studies, but for things like this as well. Pari mentioned that we're like mischievous cousins. We are. Hopefully the video can show you a little bit of that. We use our humour. All the navigators from te pūtahitanga or te waiponamu. So yeah, sit back, relax and enjoy. Kia ora.
Kia ora, I'm Michaela. I'm a whānau water navigator from Araituru, Whare o Water in Dunedin.
Kia ora, I'm Puna Bryden. I'm a whānau water navigator in Dunedin with Toropu Tautoko ki Te Tonga Inc.
Kia ora, I'm Jess. I work at Waihoka Runaka, Marahiki Marae, and I'm also a whānau water navigator as well.
My favourite thing about being a navigator is meeting new whānau and just hearing where they're from and who they are. And knowing that there's quite a diverse range of people. Like, not everybody's the same, obviously, but they all carry their uniqueness, and just there's a lot of beautiful people out there.
My favourite part being a navigator is being able to meet new people, new whānau, being able to basically work with them, because I'm also learning at the same time is what services are available for them as well as us and new whānau. It's just great to meet new people, and also with other navigators around the motu as well.
So I enjoy being a navigator because I get to meet all different people in different cultures. Also working alongside whānau, especially our tamariki youth. I love them, even though they're a pain, but I still love them. So, yeah, and it's all about letting them go to that dream of theirs, eh? Yeah. Serena, she's one of, she's awesome.
Golden.
She's been an amazing mentor for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Got a problem, got a text or a ring. It's like, how do you fix this? She was like, do this. I was like, okay, sweet, done.
Yeah, the accessibility as well, that we have, having someone that knows and understands what we do is even a big thing for us. Oh yeah, and going out there and just going, hey, guess what?
I got this.
Guess what? I got a job. I know what an navigator.
I know, and it's
Oh, and you, bro.
oh yeah,
You, bro. You. Come on, bro. First time meeting you, bro. Awesome. Okay, bro. The hips just get a bit bigger there. Come on, bro. Bring it down, bring it back. Hare. Awesome. Kayla's dad. Me. Let's go to Spain.
Never done put that in there.
Kia ora, my name's Serena Liders and I'm a navigator manukura for Te Pūteitanga o Te Waipainamu. My favourite part about being a manukura at Te Pūteitanga is having access to the navigation space, supporting the navigators and whatever that looks like, working in the background to create a better space for navigation and for the navigators moving forward to ensure that they have a good understanding of whanawara. You're on the go all the time, just continuously on your game. You have to be on your game at all times. So just being able to awhi them, fill them with laughter, fill them with love, and keep them going on the kaupapa and remembering the bigger kaupapa of why we're here is whānau. My favourite thing about the navigators is their passion, their commitment to the kaupapa, their drive for perfection, and their drive for their fight for what's best for whānau. They will bend over backwards, give the shirt off their back without even a second thought for their families, to ensure that their families have the best opportunity and believe in themselves and believe that they have a positive future. All that they can see is short term, the navigator can see long term. And when they share that vision, the exuberance of the navigators is contagious. And being in a room full of those navigators is infectious. It is so infectious, and if you ever get the opportunity, spend some time with a navigator and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Something else I'd like to add is if you have the opportunity to be in a space with whānau that you can be their navigator, you don't have to be hired to be a navigator to be a navigator. As Māori, that's who we are, it's what we do. And if we all are being, and we're being whanawara, there is no question about that. In a year's time, I see navigation as the go-to. I see navigation as a space that whānau trust, that they have their best interests at heart.
Kia ora, ko Waipara Magriga tuku ingoa, nō rāpaki ahau, ko Waitaha ko au, ko Māmoe ko au, ko Tahu ko au, ko Kātiwheke ko au. I'm the whanawara navigator for Hei Whakapiki Māori, working with Māori who have disabilities in the community. And even though that's our core focus, I work with various other issues. My favourite thing about navigation is that I get to work with my heart, and that our whānau and our people are at the core focus of our mahi, and that I get to utilise all my skills and transform whānau and transform people and watch them grow and nurture it as well. Ngā mihi.
Navigators are respected in their field. Navigators are paid well, and we're not putting our navigators into a situation where sometimes they're worse off than their families they work with, but they do it for the love, not for the money, and so they just keep going. I see navigation as being a really digital space, with our digital storytelling, our motivational interviewing, our kaitiakitanga, our tipuwater qualifications that the navigators are partaking in the minute, all for the bigger cause of navigation being the way to go. And you know, my vision is that whānau will navigate their own whānau, and that, you know, we all want to do ourselves out of a job. Kia ora.
For me, the biggest word that I think of when I think of whanawara is is humbleness. I think that the more I work in it, the more humbled I am, and the more blessed and privileged I feel to be able to work with whānau in their dream space, because it's a big thing for them to trust me to work there, and so it's important to me that I honour them by working the best I can to support them in what they want to achieve. Kia ora.
Beautiful. It's okay.
Can you see me? Behind every grape tree is a behind every grape tree is the shadow of really what's going on out the front, and Te Pūtahitanga commissioning's about putting whānau at the front. And they're the tree, and they are what we're trying to build up and grow and nourish. And we're the shadow behind that, even though we love to take centre stage and the platform right to the hilt. It's our job really to put whānau to the front, and we hope to have more of these resources for you at every symposium. It's at whānau's beck and call that they'll choose when and how they tell their stories. And yes, there's data, and I did hear last night with Whaia Merepeka talk about the value and the cost for navigation and the cost for whānau in terms of the funding agreements that we have. And, you know, it's priceless really what we're doing here with whānau water commissioning. There is no dollar value that you can put on this kaupapa. So we leave that to the experts, our board and our specialists of the teams that we work with. But I'm really proud to work with this team. We've just grown, we've tripled really in 3 years, and we have not allowed, as a workforce, others to say how big or how small we should be. Or how strong should our light shine. So without the support of the GPL, our General Partnership Board, and with our team behind us fighting for us to have more navigators into Waipounamu, I can only see it tripling by the next symposium. And goodness knows what we're going to do with that. It's really such a force to hold these people back, our kai whakatere. So I just want to say thank you to Pari, Serena, Ariana and Navigator Manukura. Thank you for believing and trusting in what our dreams are and hopes for you are as a workforce. And stay true to the kaupapa, because it's not really for the glory. It is for the glory of our whānau and for their stories and for their truth, because more is needed. That's all I can say. So I just wanted to say again, thank you all for giving us this time to showcase ourselves and to put us up on the screen. That was a great move, Kahutane. They've been working away diligently behind the scenes, capturing the story. So already, the training that you paid for, Trevor, has paid off. It was only last week that we did that. So kia ora tātou, ka nui te mihi, mihi aroha, mihi mahana, kia ora tātou katoa.
Just like to finish off with a whakatauki and then a waiata. So whakatauki, I think, is quite apt in regard to what we do as navigators. It goes like, he whakakapi nei e whakatauki. Whaia te iti kahurangi, ke tauhu koe me he maunga teitei. Aim for the highest cloud, for if you miss it, you will land on a lofty mountain. Kia ora koutou.
Kia ora.
navigating through the crowd to get our... Gloria, mga tungo kite fenua, pakaro, paie, kinata no takatoa, hakiake, hakiake, amen. Te atua, te piringa, toku oranga, e honore, e gloria, nanakongo kite whenua, whakaro, aie, ki ngā tangata katoa, haki ake, haki ake, amene. Te atua, te piringa, toku oranga, toku oranga. Ō reira, tēnā koutou katoa. Kia ora.